Hi there, Gemini. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Changing things up for the first half of July. I typically do start with oracle messages for my readings, but this time around I'm just guided to use tarot specifically. So let's go ahead and see what it is that you need to know for the first half of July. I know I'm a few days late, but you know, life happens and things just got super busy. But that's the time frame here, okay, that we're taking a look at for Gemini. So it's general as always. Take the parts that make sense and release the parts that don't. For Gemini, please, angels and spirit guides. Three of Cups, celebration. I like that. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see what else here. You could have a busy social calendar as well. Maybe just enjoying life with friends, family. We do have the Four of Cups coming through though. So you might have opportunities to do things here, maybe invitations to go out or something that you've planned. And there's this need to take action towards something, otherwise you might feel that you've lost out on something. Ooh, this is interesting. We've got the Eight of Cups. So, okay, this is what I'm feeling. I don't know who's going to resonate with this one. You're in separation from somebody that you care for and love. Maybe it took you a good minute to realize how much you love them. Some of you could be depressed that you're not with this person. They could have walked away from you if you didn't. This, of course, represents more of a celebratory type energy. It could sometimes, though, represent third party. So if that's what happened, more than likely it created a separation between two people. Oh Lord. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords. We've got the Three of Swords. So for some of you, it seems that this was a love triangle of sorts, third party, and divine feminine. You might not be with this person anymore. More than likely, you built walls around yourself in order to not interact with this individual anymore. They could have hurt you deeply. If it wasn't a third-party situation, they still hurt you. We've got that Three of Swords representing the separation and it's heartbreak. It hurt. And the Four of Cups can represent that they disconnected from you or you disconnected from them. It really depends on how it played out. This is painful though. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles. Left out in the cold, struggling. There might not be any contact at this point. Okay, you haven't seen this person maybe in a while. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we can pick up for Gemini. So if you relate to a third party, that's probably not going on anymore. But somebody could regret their actions here because that happened. Whoever was left behind, that's the person that's dealing with that type of Five of Pentacles energy where they're struggling to get over it. All right, well, this says so much. The Knight of Wands followed by the Lovers, followed by the Ten of Wands. Look at these cards, guys. What I'm getting is, especially if you happen to be listening to this from the divine feminine standpoint, you could have been dealing with a person, a masculine, who either cheated or they just were not the commitment type. The Lovers card represents Gemini specifically. So what this is telling us here, Gemini, is you had full control over how this situation could have played out. Either you contributed to it, turning into either a love triangle, or you guys went into separation, or it highly affected you because you had so much love for this individual, but they either made poor choices or you guys were just, well, I was about to say you guys were not seeing eye to eye, but I feel you guys were. I think you guys really connected. I'm just feeling a masculine here who wanted to have their fun. And that's just it. You guys had a lot of fun with this person. You guys had a lot in common. The connection was amazing. But it was short-lived. So we've got cards here letting us know that it didn't last. So whoever created a very difficult choice here or some drama in the relationship, maybe they didn't feel the ramifications of those choices initially, but they do now. Especially if you are the one that walked away, Divine Feminine. We've got the Queen of Swords right next to that card. So it could be a masculine that's been carrying this heaviness on their shoulders maybe, or even in their heart space. They could still have this burning desire for you, but maybe it's a closed door at this point. We've got the Ace of Wands. That is followed by the Two of Swords, you see? So there's something that's stuck here. We've got two cards representing choices here. The Lovers and the Two of Swords. So at one point in time, somebody made a specific choice to get you guys together. But other choices along the line created the separation. I don't know who that's making sense for, but it's coming through here. I feel for you, Gemini, that at this point you're just focusing on what you can manifest for yourself in the future. You could have had, again, a very intense connection with this person, but I don't think the third party situation is going on anymore. I feel you still think about them, though, and they think about you, but it's almost like we've got a situation here where you guys are either powerless to do anything about the separation, or maybe too much time has passed and you've both accepted that it is what it is. But there's somebody here who feels that it's weighing heavily on their heart space, because this right here represents something that could have happened, or they could have done something about it, but they regret not saying something or doing something about it, if that makes sense. It's a missed chance. It is a missed opportunity to fix things or to step up. But there is somebody here who wishes they could. So this particular reading, guys, it's coming from the standpoint of an individual that was in this relationship, and because of the choices that they had made, it created this stalemate situation. You know, perhaps knowing it's like, we've come to the end of the road. We can't take this any further. Could it be a third party? Yeah, maybe, because the Lovers can represent that sometimes. We've got threes coming through here. So again, there's more references to a possible third party. And then we've got the Three of Swords. I can't speak today. Three of Swords. I mean, it's a very painful experience right there. So somebody's waking up to what they lost. You know, it can represent an awakening for this person. Or maybe you both went through that. There's somebody here who feels the need to either talk to you, or you feel the need to talk to somebody. And I don't know, for some of you guys, maybe it's a mutual attraction towards each other still, but I'm feeling that it's better to just leave that situation alone. You guys connected, you experienced what you experienced. Again, it could have been great in the beginning, the chemistry, the attraction, all of that stuff. It certainly is possible that you guys had some amazing times together. But I just feel that it's short-lived, that it couldn't continue. And maybe it is having to do with someone who was either married or taken, or a third party going on here. That's what I'm seeing there. And then we've got the Three of Wands. So you can learn from this, Gemini. And of course, only you will know the role that you played in this situation if you relate to it. But, you know, this is also about learning from past mistakes. Whoever created those particular behaviors or mistakes, you know, maybe you both did. But you can grow from it, you can learn from it, and welcome in another opportunity to find love and to just move on from this. Because I feel more than anything, this is a lesson that really needed to teach you particular things here, Gemini. Maybe there's a part of you that wishes you could fix things with this person, or in an ideal situation, in an ideal world, if we were to remove whatever those blockages are, then you guys could find your way back to each other. I'm just feeling for this one that you guys had your time, the good and the bad, and it's not going to move anymore. It's not meant to continue. So there's no sense in being stuck in maybe desiring another chance or a second chance. And it's time to let this heaviness go, whoever's holding on to that. Yeah, you know, regret, it's a wasted emotion. It's not going to take things any further. But I feel someone's in that type of mentality. You know, you're being offered another chance at love, perhaps, or just a fresh start overall in life. So welcome that in, Gemini, because it really is meant to create progress rather than hindering progress, rather than keeping you stuck here. We have the Four of Wands. Sometimes, you know, that Four of Wands, it can represent a twin flame connection. And just because someone's our twin flame, that doesn't mean that we always end up together. You could have this amazing connection with somebody, but maybe the other twin needed time apart, or there was a lesson to be learned in that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just getting that for some of you guys, because sometimes this can be a desire to come back together. It can represent a happy reunion. Can there be a reunion for some of you? Maybe, because sometimes the Judgment can represent someone from the past who returns or wants to fix things, or maybe to apologize. So for some of you guys, if you relate to this, this could be a twin flame connection that had to go into separation. But I do feel it could have been related to a love triangle, because the foundation was a bit shaky there. It wasn't stable. So we don't see the Tower card here, but some of you guys might have experienced that Tower moment in your connection here. So close that chapter. That's just how I see it. It's time to close that chapter, focus more so on new things and certainly new connections that you can attract, because the future can look beautiful for you. Maybe the past had some hurtful experiences, but the future can have better. You know, you've got the Wheel of Fortune right here. So whoever it is that you are thinking about for this reading, if there's a reunion that you're wanting, for some of you, maybe it's possible, okay? But for others, I feel that's a chapter, that's a door that's closed for a reason, and you're better off focusing on new experiences or new people, new connections that have the capability to bring you happiness. All right, Gemini, so again, I'm not sure who this is for, but that's the message here today. And just be mindful of the choices that you do make. And I just noted as well that, of course, Geminis are the twins of the zodiac, so it may not be a twin flame connection, but it could be pertaining to Gemini specifically. All right, so I'll leave that there, guys. I do hope that there's something there that you are able to relate to. If you'd like your own reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. That information is down below in the description box. I'll include the link to the decks that you see here. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.